So last year I was testing a theory with my cucumbers, and this year I have confirmed it. And that is how to make sure that you grow endless cucumbers, because they are absolute diva plants. They are so hard to grow sometimes. There are years where you might literally get nothing. The plant doesn't grow. It has problems. It's only filled with male flowers. Or you can get years that are absolutely loaded with cucumbers. So in today's video, I want to take you through some tips on how you can grow amazing cucumber plants like this one. So that way you can make pickles, snack fresh, or do whatever it is that you love to do with your cucumbers. If you're new here, my name is Bree from Urban Gardening Canada, and I garden in Ottawa Zone 5. In today's video, I want to help you grow cucumbers because, like I said, they are divas. I've had so many problems with cucumbers in the past, so to be able to get mine to look this good is such a accomplishment for me. Especially if you're battling cucumber beetles or diseases, then you're really going to find this video helpful. So the first tip that I want to take you through is the requirements for growing cucumbers, because this is the base for everything in order to be able to do this. The main thing you need to know about cucumbers is that they love very fertile soil and they absolutely love sunlight. So I've come out first thing in the morning to film, so that way I'm in the shade because it is boiling hot out today, but otherwise they want to be in the sun as much as possible. So you have to pick your sunniest location in order to make sure that they grow to their fullest. And also they are hungry plants, so you do want to make sure that your soil is full of nutrients, that you're taking good care of it, or you're filling it up every single spring with good quality compost or any type of garden soil. And then if you're going to plant it in the same spot again next year, you're going to want to make sure in the fall time that you're also taking care of the soil. Cucumbers are mostly made up of water. Having a solid watering plan means that your plants are going to get exactly what they need in order to produce a lot of fruit. Another important requirement of cucumbers is that they love heat and they hate the cold. So I planted my cucumber plants way too early this year. I put them out in the beginning of May because we had really hot temperatures. And for the first time in a long time, the last 2 weeks of May were so cold. I'm talking like 5 degrees Celsius daytime highs. And the cucumbers literally got ruined. They did bounce back, which is really good because since then our summer has been insanely hot. But there's at least one plant that did not make it through. Essentially, it just dropped all of its leaves because they do not like temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius. So if you have cucumbers and they are your prized possession, then baby these things in the springtime as long as you can until you consistently see the temperatures are over that 10-degree mark. Read the long range forecast, because I even covered these up on the cold days and it didn't work. They were not happy. So it's really important that you wait until that 10-degree regular temperature before you plant them out. So the reason that I call cucumbers divas is because if the water, the soil, the sun, and the temperature aren't right, they will not produce for you. So in my last house, if I grew cucumbers in the front of the house, they were very successful where I had afternoon sunlight. But if I grew them in my back garden in the backyard where it was morning sunlight with dappled afternoon, cucumbers would not grow. They didn't get big, they didn't produce fruit, which was a really good indicator on the lack of sunlight that I had back there. So if you have a space in your garden that you've tried to grow cucumbers before and it's not working, try somewhere else and take the time to really learn where the sunlight hits your garden. And honestly, I grew my cucumbers on my front porch and it looked weird, but I didn't care because it was the only place that I could get them. So really just experiment with new locations, because that's going to help you a ton in order to make sure that you can successfully grow cucumbers, because you don't want to just give up if one spot doesn't work, because there's going to be somewhere else that will, unless your entire area has no sunlight at all. So the second tip is making sure that your cucumber has something to climb up. And in all fairness here, I do have a delicata squash that is growing up this trellis as well. So it is some of the leaves that you see here. And specifically, if you can see this fruit here, this is a delicata. But having something for cucumbers to climb up is very important. You don't want them laying across the ground because there's a lot of pathogens and bacteria that exist in the soil, and you don't want to transfer that disease to your cucumbers. Plus, when you grow them upright, it makes it so much easier to harvest them. So make sure that when you are planting your cucumbers that you have something that they can grow up. I have a video on some trellis options that you can make for under $20, so I will put that in the description below and you can click it up here. But otherwise, this is something that when you're planting your cucumbers, prepare for that. And not only that, but cucumbers don't just grow one vine, but they'll start to branch out and create new vines. So you do want to make sure that whatever growing structure that you are including with it, that you can put all of the vines together. So I have a tomato cage down here that helps me be able to include all of the vines in it, mixed with a really tall trellis here. And in some cases, I like to actually attach the vine to my cedar trees because then they can go up forever. But making sure that you are prepared for how it grows is really important to keep it happy and healthy. So the next tip is making sure that you keep it well pruned. And this is to help for a couple of reasons. The first is that you do want airflow to get through it, because as the season comes near the end, powdery mildew can happen, but with good airflow, it's going to help slow that down. The second reason that you want to prune is to make sure that the flowers can be seen, because sometimes these cucumber vines can get really full of leaves and they can block out any of the flowers. And I find that the bees, if they're not prepared for it, then they just don't come to the plant. I don't know if you can see today, but it's actually filled with bees right now. And so oftentimes I'll prune a few of the areas just to help give space both for the airflow, but also so that way flowers can be found in here. So I have a couple male flowers right here. And this just helps make sure that that yellow brightness of the flowers are saying, hey bees, come here, because of course cucumbers need to be pollinated by insects. And the final reason that I prune is because with the weather the way that it is now, we get really intense thunderstorms or windstorms. And so I want to make sure that wind can actually make it through these plants and not become a giant wall, because if the wind comes whipping through here, it can take my entire plants down with it. So I'm always making sure that whatever I'm doing with these plants, that it is both helpful for the plant itself, but it's also beneficial for the weather that we've been getting lately. And this is a tip that I include in my course. I have a self-paced course that's all about learning to garden in the face of climate change. And this is one of those tips specifically in there because as we get stronger winds and more rainstorms, you want to make sure that during the summertime, all of the actions that you're doing are both helpful for your plant, but they're also going to make sure that when these weather events do happen, that your garden is prepared for it. Because the last thing that you want to do is care for your cucumber plant for weeks on end, and then one storm blows through and it takes the whole trellis down, it rips down the vines, or it ruins any of your harvest. So that's what this course is all about. So if you're interested in it, you can actually grab a free preview of it in the description below. And otherwise, let's go into the next tip, which is all about pollination. So at the beginning of this video, I told you that I learned something through experimentation on what I want to do with my cucumbers going forward in order to be successful, and it's all about pollination. So cucumbers require pollination from pollinators like bees, and if they don't get pollinated, then the cucumbers won't grow. But with bee populations in massive decline, this is going to become an issue that we're going to be dealing with. So it's important that you understand the anatomy of a cucumber plant in order to be able to hand pollinate it yourself in order to get a successful harvest, or to do what my second tip is going to be. So the first thing is that cucumbers will grow male and female flowers. And new cucumber plants are going to grow all male flowers for the majority of it, because this is their way of signaling to pollinators, hey, I'm here, I have flowers, you're going to want to come visit this area. And then as the plant gets older, it's going to start putting out the female flowers, which are your actual cucumbers. So if you're not seeing any female flowers, be a little bit more patient. And as they come, then you are going to be able to start getting cucumbers. But without the bees being around or other pollinators being around, there's a chance that your plants won't get pollinated properly, which means that your cucumber is just going to wither up and die. And that's where hand pollination comes in. So understanding what the male flower looks like, and you can pluck one off of your plant and just peel apart the petals, and you can hand pollinate a female flower. And that is going to mean that you're going to be able to get your own cucumbers. Or the second thing, which is something that I'm now finding to be very, very valuable for me, especially because I love having cucumbers, is to always include at least one plant in your garden that is self-pollinating. They are hybrids, not all of them are, but many of them are hybrids. but I grew a mini me cucumber, and it was just a small snacking cucumber. And it was self-pollinating, which means the entire plant is full of female flowers. This year we bought a Lebanese cucumber, and we actually bought the plant from the farmer's market, so I don't know the exact variety, but this variety of Lebanese cucumber is also self-pollinating, which means the entire vine is only full of female flowers. So if you do see your plant and it only has female flowers on it, you likely are growing a self-pollinating variety, which means it doesn't rely on any pollinators whatsoever. And what I love about these is because it's all female flowers and doesn't need pollinators, whether the bees are out or not, you're guaranteed to get a harvest, and you're guaranteed to get a massive harvest. So for me, I do find it very important to include open pollinated or heirloom varieties in my garden, but just with the way that the weather is changing and how bees are being affected, having a self-pollinating variety is also really important in order to get a harvest of food. So from here on in, I intend to grow both varieties in my garden, so that way, while my heirloom or open pollinated ones are slowly growing and putting out their female flowers, I'm already getting a harvest for my self-pollinated ones. So there are a few bug threats that happen to cucumbers, but the biggest one is the cucumber beetle, and this is just such a horrible pest. If you're interested in seeing a video that's all about cucumber beetles, just let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to if this is something that you want some helpful tips on or not. But otherwise, some quick tips on this is that unfortunately cucumber beetles, they come out en masse, and they can absolutely ruin your cucumbers, including the flowers, which means that you're not going to get a harvest. However, if you do plant your cucumbers later in the season, so for us here in Canada or the northern US, it's really important to find a variety that has a short days to maturity, and you want to plant these seeds direct sown in the ground around the first week of June, and this means that you're going to miss that very first generation of cucumber beetles, which means that you're guaranteed to get a harvest. So here we've only actually found one cucumber beetle at our house, which is incredible. So this means that I'm pretty well guaranteed to be getting a harvest because of that. Now the problem with cucumber beetles is that they carry bacterial wilt, and this bacterial wilt only comes from these cucumber beetles, and it's from them eating a infected plant, and they get the bacteria on their mouth, and when they bite into these plants, that gets transferred into the holes that they are creating inside your plant, and that's how it gets in. So you'll know you have bacterial wilt if your plant looks like it's really, really thirsty or droopy, or you wake up one morning and it's kind of died and wilted overnight. That's bacterial wilt. And what you're going to do is you're just going to have to cut it down and forfeit that plant. So the good news about bacterial wilt is that it doesn't live in the soil, and it only lives in the plant for a short period of time. So once you cut it down and remove it, you don't have to worry that it's in your soil for next year. So this is a really, really great thing. But the other problem that cucumbers face is powdery mildew, and this is quite often in the fall time when it gets cooler but still humid and more wet, and this is a really good time for powdery mildew to thrive. So it looks quite literally like powder on your leaves. So if you are experiencing this, just cut off the leaves that are affected and try your best to keep up with it. Unfortunately, you're never going to be able to beat it, but the more that you're pruning and trying to keep them away from the rest of the leaves, the better chance you have for your plant to survive a little bit longer. However, at some point it is guaranteed to take over your whole plant, but usually this only happens at the end of the season unless you're having a cold, wet summer. That's about the only other time that you tend to get it early. Okay, so my final tip is all about harvesting, and the most important thing you can know about cucumbers and harvesting is to pick often. As soon as these cucumbers come to the size that they should be, pick them. Because if you let them get too big, then it tells your plant that it's time to set seed, and it's going to stop producing female flowers, which is obviously problematic unless you plan on saving seed from your cucumber. So harvest regularly, harvest often, check regularly, and enjoy your cucumbers, because this is what we're here for. And if you do decide that you want to save seeds from it at the end of the season, leave one fruit on the plant and let it grow until it's quite literally very rusty orange, and that's when it's ready to be harvested for seeds. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy this video as much as you enjoy your cucumbers, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out this video here. Bye.